please listen to me, okay? Everything I'll tell you is the truth. I don't know what you've been told, but this is what actually happened. I'd been at the club for about an hour or so, and I was by the bar when I saw May. I recognised her straight away because I'd seen her at a party, I think, in Freshers Week, and I walked past her a couple of times on our stairs at our accommodation. We'd never actually spoken before, and I don't think she ever really noticed me. So obviously I wasn't going to go up to her in the club. She was with this other guy and I wasn't trying to start shit. But he was like touching her and making her uncomfortable. She was like squirming and looking around. I assumed trying to find someone who she knew, but it seemed like I was the only person to realise what was going on. So I forced my way through the crowd and shoved this guy away from her, and he acted like he'd done nothing wrong. He ran away somewhere. I don't know, I never saw him again. I asked her if she was all right, and she nodded, but she seemed a little bit shaken, so we went out to the smokes area. We got along really well. Like, conversation was just easy, and that doesn't normally happen at clubs, at least not for me. And we kissed on the dance floor later that night, and I offered to buy her a drink. She said yes, obviously. Who turns down a free drink, right? Yeah, so she was drunk. I was drunk too. Everyone there was fucking drunk. What difference does it make? She wasn't passing out or falling over or anything, so it was fine. And I remember after she downed this vodka lemonade in like 2 seconds, she pulled me in close and whispered in my ear that she didn't want to be alone. I mean, I've never heard clearer signs in my life that a bird wants me. So we went back to our accommodation, and this is where my memory gets a little bit fuzzy because that last drink went straight to my head. But I asked if she wanted to see my flat. Yeah, no, stupid line, I know. But it worked. It worked. She was giggling as she went into my room, and her eyes were all wide and excited. And we kissed for a while, and things got pretty heated. And then she took her dress off. Well, do I really have to go into what happened next? She never said no. She never said stop. Nothing bad happened, okay? And then at one point, I went to the toilet, and when I came back, she was just gone. And then yesterday, like a week later, the fucking police officer shows up at my door, cuffs me and treats me like scum. So now here I am, telling you exactly what happened. Being drunk had nothing to do with it, okay? I only had like 2 drinks anyway, I wasn't that drunk. You have to believe me. You believe me, right?
I first saw Jason when I was with some other guy on the dance floor. He was staring at me from the bar, and I thought he looked quite cute, and at least more friendly than the creepy guy who was feeling me up in the middle of the club. My friends were too hammered to notice, and I was too drunk myself to think straight about how I could get him off me. He started trying to kiss me, and I kept curving him, but he was too strong. I couldn't get him off me if I tried. At that point, Jason appeared and pushed him away and told the creepy guy to fuck off, and he did. He put his hands up all innocent and said that he hadn't done anything, but then he disappeared into the crowd. Jason asked me if I was okay and if I wanted to get a breath of fresh air. He was really nice, and so I went out to the smoking area with him. We were out there maybe 5-10 minutes talking. we realised we were in the same accommodation and kind of bonded over our mutual friends and how we'd never met before. I could tell he was attracted to me, but he wasn't too forward. He asked if I wanted to get a drink. I did. I was still kind of overwhelmed from the guy before. He insisted on paying even when I protested. He was sort of surprisingly like a real gentleman. Eventually we were back on the dance floor, and at that point I had no idea where my friends were. I couldn't see them. I didn't know if they had gone home or were with the people they met. The only person I knew, sort of knew, was Jason. We were getting on, and we were both drunk, so it was inevitable we started kissing. I wanted to. And he did too. After a while, it got boring in the club. When he asked if I wanted to go home, I was relieved because I was too scared to walk back by myself. When we got back to our halls, I was about to get into the lift to go up to my floor, and he asked, as if only just in afterthought, if I wanted to see his flat. I wasn't tired. It was still quite early, and I had no intention of doing anything more than just kissing him. So when we got to his flat, we went straight into his room, which was fine, because I didn't want to see his flat anyway. It's exactly the same as mine. So as soon as we got into his room, he started kissing me, which was fine. But then it got more intense, and I wasn't enjoying it anymore, and I told him I wanted to go home. But he said he was sorry, and he started kissing me again, but gentler. But I still wanted to go home, but I felt too awkward. He hadn't done anything wrong, and he looked after me in the club, and then he was unzipping my dress, and I just froze. We were both naked in a few seconds. It all happened so fast, and he was kissing me the whole time. He pushed me onto the bed. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I don't know why. I didn't say no. But I also didn't say I wanted to. I could feel him inside me. And my body was numb, like I was paralyzed. I just closed my eyes and stayed as still as I could until it was over. It lasted about 5 minutes. And then he got up to go to the toilet and said that I was amazing. While he was in the toilet, I put on my dress and ran all the way back to my flat, barefoot. I wasn't even going to report it because I wasn't sure if it was actually rape. But it was. I never said yes. So now it's just my word against his. What are you going to do?